Cathay HSBC Hong Kong Sevens.
Good afternoon and welcome to round 12 of the AIRSIDE Hong Kong Women's Premiership. And we've got a fantastic day for Super Saturday here. 3 games back to back, starting with the first one, which is Causeway Bay, or Causeway Sandy Bay, playing DLA Piper Kowloon. And I'm joined in co-commentary by Kat Rosinski. Welcome, Kat. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm good, thanks. There's a little bit of sun. There's going to be a little bit of rugby. With a few more degrees, I think I'd be happier, but can't complain.
Yeah, it's uncommonly cold for Hong Kong. I think the mercury says it's about 12 degrees, but my iPhone is telling me it feels like 8. So that's pretty cold for us here in Hong Kong, isn't it?
Well, you wouldn't have guessed it in Hong Kong, would you?
No, exactly. So we've got a big day, as we say, Super Saturday, and we've got a new fan engagement tool that's going on today, Kat, to pick out player of the match. So any thoughts on who might get this?
Oh, you got me early. Well, I was watching the highlights from their last run-in, and I saw Kowloon 8 doing some great things out in the wider channels, just slotting the backs in for scores. So I reckon she's going to be one to watch.
Yeah, fantastic. So on the screen now that you will see a big QR code. So that is how you all get involved with everything that's going on. Scan that QR code. That will then take you through to a landing page where you'll be able to select your team, your player, and I think it goes by shirt number, so you'll need to be looking out for the shirt number. So place that vote. And you'll have until the 70th minute of the game to do it. So it's an exciting new innovation and use of technology that we're launching here today on Women's Super Saturday. And that's going to run across all 3 games.
Exciting.
And then I think there's going to be a selection of the best of the 3. So it could be really good.
Love a
so
bit
I
of
understand
competition, don't we?
You're playing in the Valley game.
Yeah, rumour has it.
And what shirt number are you going to be in so that you can rev up support for yourself while you're doing this?
I'm in 6, but I don't think you need to worry about me. I'm never going to run so fast, you're going to miss it.
Fantastic. So if we look at the rest of the fixtures today, we're starting off with Causeway Sandy Bay, DLA Piper Kowloon. Next up, Tigers versus Football Club. And then the bringing the curtain down, Sokjem Valley versus Gaiwu Falcons, which is at 6:30 this evening. As it stands on the league at the moment, Kat, you Valley girls, 11 from 11. So
we're doing all right.
Absolutely, and I understand that if certain results go certain ways today, you could lift the league trophy. But I think you need Tigers to do you a favour against Football Club. So we'll see how that goes in game 2. But this first game, DLA Piper Kowloon versus Causeway Sandy Bay, is actually the battle of the cellar dwellers, 4th and 5th on the league. Causeway Sandy Bay amalgamated 7 days before the start of the Premiership.
That's a tough kick-off.
For Sandy Bay, it's their first time in the Premiership, so they've had a pretty tough ask so far this year. But looking at it, the results and the scores, although when I say the results, it's still 11 losses, but the margins have been coming down, and they certainly look like they're improving.
That's what you want to see, and today's going to be a fantastic. This is a fantastic match for these guys because they put a solid 3 scores in the last time they ran into Kowloon. So Kowloon haven't got it in the bag.
No,
I don't think you ever do especially with Causeway Bay's been chugging away at this league for years, and they're not a team you can write off.
No.
Give them an inch and they'll take it.
No, it's been a fantastic season for the girls. You know, as much adversity as they've had to endure, the girls have really stuck together. And I understand the training on Thursday night was pretty sharp, got a little bit feisty apparently. So so should be good to see. Obviously, looking at the Kowloon side, we know that Monty Heslop at 10 usually leads them around. You know, she's got a strong kicking game, and she'll certainly peg the Sandy Bay girls back. And yeah, any other players we want to look out for in the Kowloon side, Kat?
Kowloon, let me look. Well, is this Emily Fisher's first run out at?
I believe that it is.
At this, that's going to be exciting.
She is part of the tie-up between Kowloon and the Stingrays
Gotcha.
Mini Junior Club, and I know that she went on the recent Perth development tour, where they took a squad of 26 players to play the Brumbies development, and yeah, so we're not far away from starting. The man in the middle with his distinctive haircut, Mr. Matthew Rodden, one of the most, he is the most experienced referee in the Hong Kong League, gets us underway, and Monty Heslop with Kowloon kicking left to right.
Nice and high.
High and hanging, and Fouché with a really good take there. And Chandra Fouché just drops that one on the floor, and Kowloon have swept onto this one. Immediately starting to attack just inside the 22 now.
There you go. There she goes.
And there's Monty attacking the line there, getting it up to Lily Chow. And an Aisling Magna goes to the blind side. She's a little bit isolated there, but a good clean out. And Kowloon looking to press early here, about 5 metres out. Good drive there from Charlotte Hancock. Magna to Heslop. Oh, and the ball is now Smunger. Has got away here, makes a line break.
Great
She's
footwork.
looking to get her hands free, but looks after it. And Keris Gregory gets wrapped up in a good tackle there. And it looks like, and Chim there, this all-action diminutive back rower for Causeway Bay. Looks like she's been held up in the tackle here, but Causeway Sandy Bay will be very glad that she got herself onto that. So pretty helter-skelter first minute or so there, Kat.
Oh, that's what we want to see, though. Both teams really competing, and they're picking up that ball when it's on the floor, when it's loose, and they're going for it.
It's a maul, she doesn't have to release you.
Yeah, it was a bit of a loose pass there. Heslop across the front of the centres there, and the ball went loose, and Smunger just swept onto that and made a good 20 metres, looked after it, and then Keris Gregory got swamped at the base of that ruck. So Magna now with the feed, first scrummage. Oh, and it looks a pretty solid work there from Causeway Sandy Bay, and they come away with the ball. Straight tight head there. Keris Gregory getting wrapped up, and high tackle. So first honours for the Causeway Sandy Bay scrummage.
And that's where you want to make your mark in the first one, isn't it? To kind of let that opposition know you're here.
Absolutely.
You're here to play.
The Causeway Sandy Bay coach, Kevin Moggeridge, who is a front rower himself, will be absolutely salivating with that one.
Just a wee shame about the kick there. Want to make but they've got it back.
Barely made the touchline. There is a slight breeze blowing. It's probably blowing onto that touchline. So Taylor Coates with the throw into the first line out here. Oh, Mandy Lamb off the top. Good ball. And Fouché.
Look at this.
On good work there. Jamie Church, her debut here.
Advantage for knock on.
Good to see the referee letting that play out, right? We'll keep the ball moving. Little mistake, but Kowloon's got it back.
Jamie Church was over that one. And looks like Matt Rodden clearly thought she got right to that, but back for an earlier knock on.
Yeah, just a wee.
As you said, they're just trying to free their hands and get the ball loose there.
Yeah. Time off.
And just in front of us here, Valmarie Fouché. I don't know whether that's for her ankle or for her boot, but some tape going
Might be for
on.
the fashion. That also might be the option.
Could well be. She sports that lovely light blue headgear there. She's certainly one of probably Causeway Sandy Bay's strike runners. Probably made more carries and running meters than the rest of the side put together so far this season.
9, just go to my left. I'll step out that way, thank you.
So, Aisling Magna
Crouch.
here with the KPMG company,
Bind.
part of the tie-up with Hong Kong Scottish.
Stand up. We need that space.
So
Don't
referee
re-engage.
Rodden
Hold your weight on your own players.
not happy
Let's go
with the
reset.
skullduggery going on in the front row there.
But it's not a scrum if there isn't a little bit, right?
Absolutely.
Crouch.
The dark arts of the scrummage there.
Bind.
Vivian Chan on the loose head side here for Causeway Sandy Bay.
Sit.
She was also part of the development squad that went to Perth. Oh, an
they've
immediate
got it.
penalty there.
Onto your knees.
So that first scrummage has clearly shown referee Rodden who he felt was dominant, and no messing around.
That's a
So
great kick.
Good start and a
Nudge.
great kick. Really flirting with putting that ball dead, but certainly made up for the shaky first kick.
Well, it was Causeway Sandy Bay that scored first in their last run-in, so
Go quicker, please.
Yes, it was.
Let's see
and
if-
yeah, it was the first time they'd held the lead in the Premiership, and it was their first ever, I think their first ever try. So Taylor Coates now with the throw here. Kerry Roberson slightly overruns her, but Vivian got her hand to that and picked up the scraps. Chim there. Skipper Roberson, the ball just squirts out, but it's gone backwards.
Last feet red.
Mandy Lamb is over the top of it. Gregory to Chandra Fouché.
Oh, no.
And Monty got herself into the passing channel
They
there,
ripped it back.
but then returned the favour there.
Play on.
But Heslop showing some real skill there to get through on that ball.
Last feet.
So decent carry there from Hancock.
Leave it now. No lift.
Heslop got herself back in the pocket,
Wing is onside.
and she puts a kick there. Elise Rahiri, a late replacement into the side there.
Blue and then knocked on by red. Scrum.
Causeway Sandy Bay had been hoping to play Waikato representative Aliyah Kanui,
I don't need your 10
but unfortunately her international release didn't come through quickly enough. So Rahiri, a late replacement, getting an early touch there. So a first time that Causeway Sandy Bay get a feed to the scrummage. Be interesting to see whether they hold it at their feet and see whether they can go for the penalty.
Crouch.
You weren't wrong when you said it was a dark art, did you? There's a lot of...
So Gregory with the feed here. Another good scrummage
That's good.
off to Fouché.
Great clean ball to the backs. Look what they can do with that.
Yeah. Jamie Church also making her debut.
Out.
And interestingly, Matt Rodden let that one go. Looks suspiciously like in from the side.
Backwards. Play on.
So Kowloon penetrating here. Heslop with a good pass.
Nice, here she goes.
And to the outside there, Emily Fisher. Good tackling back there from Prudence Lee.
That's a great break that's just given them a bit more. Great breaks giving them a bit more go forward, and then they start to get these calls, don't they?
There was at that ruck, Causeway Sandy Bay were a little bit under-resourced and got blown off the ball and looked like a Kowloon player standing in an offside position. Not that I'm biased at all.
I don't know. I think I might argue that Causeway Sandy Bay cleared the ball so well, it actually came out the ruck, and there was.
Yeah. Well, it was definitely. I think it was definitely out of the ruck, and a very interesting call here for Kowloon to opt for the scrummage, and down on the floor again. Marie Fouché. We're only 8 minutes and 46 seconds into the game, and it's the second time that she is taking some treatment. Slowly making her way to the scrummage. But interesting call though for Kowloon to go for the scrummage.
Let's see what they've got to be confident, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been pushed off two, gave a penalty away on another.
If they can get a clean ball, it's a great position for the backs to fly.
Yeah. I can see Vivian Chan, Taylor Coates and Vinci Leung having a real crack at this one. It's a better scrummage though from Kowloon. Heslop carrying the ball to the line. Big wide pass. And decent tackle there from Tiana Joseph. Bundles her into touch. Heslop carried that to the line, asking questions every time.
I think that's what's so great about it. You just never know if she's going to run it, kick it or pass it, and that's just enough to put the defence off.
Oh, high ball. So Kowloon pick up the scraps here, inching their way towards the line. Get up there. Gracie Osley drives in. Magna waiting for this ball. Gets it to Heslop, who pushes it wide. Rahiri on the outside there. And the scraps have dropped into the hands of Amy Falaise. And she's done the work there and made a really good score there in the corner. One of the Hong Kong Scottish contingent from Scotland, and a netballer to boot as well. So that's Falaise with the opening try there.
Well, that's great because that's where the space is. They just need to get it there, isn't it? Out on those wider channels.
Yeah, again, was heads-up play there from Heslop to just push it right the way across to the wing. Rahiri got her hands to it first, but the scraps were swept on by Falaise, and good finish in the end. She had quite a lot of work to do there.
Guess I'll have to eat my hat now. It's Kowloon that scored first.
So Heslop taking a conversion from where Hugo Styles nailed the match-winning conversion last night. Kat, we were both here when in the men's Premiership, 15-0 down against Kowloon, Valley came back to win 17-15 with the very last play of the game. But here this afternoon, in this Airside Women's Premiership, Kowloon open the scoring 5-0. They've had most of the territorial advantage so far, but it's not that Causeway Sandy Bay haven't put some pressure on them. So Chandra Fouché. That's a poor kick. Doesn't go 10.
Not perhaps the answer they'd they were hoping to give off the back of
No,
conceding, but
one of my old coaches, Kat, used to consider that a hanging offence, that if you just conceded the score, you wanted to get the ball back into play. The last thing you wanted was a scrum on halfway, opposition feed.
well, they do have the stats on the scrums, though, I guess.
Yeah. Last scrummage was much, much better for Kowloon.
Sit.
And yeah, that looks fairly solid again. Heslop drops it on the toe. Smunger gets back and gets scragged, but she's picked the ball up as Gregory digs in at half back for this one.
Move tackler.
Decent drive in there by Chim.
Outside the 22.
And that ball misses Fouché as she goes back, goes down on it, and immediately gets swamped by the Kowloon
Use it.
defenders, and Gregory hanging. Aisling
Great
Magna
follow-up.
with a great take, but a good tackle there. But Kowloon have got this ball deep inside the 22, and they're making some good progress here. Magna digs in. Oh, good ball out the back. And Heslop playing a little bit wider here. And got the ball into the hands there of Fisher.
I reckon she could have had it, you know. She'd have pinned her head
Absolutely. I
back.
think she looked after the ball,
Yep, advantage.
and it's given Sandy Bay a chance to get their hands onto it, but just a slight bobble. But I think you're absolutely right there, Kat. I think she just needed to pin her ears and go there.
My money's on her. Worked with her with the New Year's Day program that they have at U18. She's just a great player, great athlete. Also, I think she took a tiny bit of time out at one point to play netball. That's what you want from
Keep it like that.
young kids, right? Getting involved in everything,
Absolutely.
well-rounded.
I mean, one of the best women's players in the world, Ruby Tui, was a netballer until she found out she could play rugby, and she said, so it's netball with contact. So Gregory with the feed at this scrummage, and Kowloon looking a little bit stronger there.
Straight off, that was
And
great.
Fouché just picks it up and comes against the grain here, but runs into a whole host of trouble here.
Use it.
And Tiana Joseph covers it up. Mandy Lamb pops it up to skipper Roberson
Tackle, release, release.
in that also familiar Stars and Stripes headgear. Back to Fouché, who clears the ball to just about the 22.
Blue on the edge.
So some real rear guard action there from Causeway Sandy Bay.
Stays on the just take a step over. She's on the mat.
But they've only taken play
Across.
to the 22 with a Kowloon throw.
Come in.
Joyce Leung, former Gai Wu player
Go back,
in
one
her
of you,
first
you're gonna
season
have
at
1-9.
Kowloon. Throws the ball in. Oh, and Roberson straight through onto that one. Did really well.
Not sure what the plan was, but I don't think that was it.
Yeah, it didn't go well. So Choco Chan there.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, Gregory just sniping.
Make a step, please.
Coates
Take it back.
steps
Hold
in,
in front, blue hold. Now you're onside.
and Fouché out towards this touchline, taking play to just inside the Kowloon half. So a net gain there for Causeway Sandy Bay.
Yeah. Doing just enough to keep the wind out of the sails of Kowloon, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of dogged defence. You feel that if they don't work hard, kind of the floodgates could open. Mandy Lamb scrags the tail gunner there.
Yes, Gracie!
Gracie Osley, also a good take there from Jade Courtney. Heslop drawing 2 or 3 defenders to her. And now Kowloon making really good progress down that left edge. Magna, Heslop playing through the front.
Nice.
Oh, and she just absolutely dropped her shoulder there, Amy Rotheroe. Heslop and Heyman Wong in that light blue headgear just fumbles the ball on the floor there. So Kowloon certainly putting most of the early pressure on here, but just fluffing their lines as they get into the red zone.
Just flashes of brilliance, finding little spaces, getting through, just that final completion.
Yeah, and looks like Fouché, the physio, is calling for a change. So popped up on the screen there is the QR code. If you scan that code, you can vote for your player of the match. Obviously a little bit early to do it.
18 minutes in.
Unless you've predetermined who's getting your vote. But that will be live until the 70th minute. So looks like Fouché, looks like she's finally going to succumb, leave the field 18 minutes in. So there will be a change. And coming onto the field, Tiffany Ho. Looks like she is going to slot into the second row with Roberson. And Choco Chan will probably go to 8.
Well, it's been a big defensive shift, hasn't it? So if you're right, taking the knee a few times, they're looking for someone to come in and...
So Gregory with the feed to this scrummage. Very much coffin corner here for Causeway Sandy Bay. Magna gets round and Fouché carries it to the line. Jamie Church just loses it in the contact there. And the ball out there to Feliz. Oh, and she goes desperately close again. And basically looks like she set that score up, but looks like time off. And referee Rodden is going to his AR. It looks like she scored the try, and the try was scored on the blind side there. So that is try number 2 for Kowloon. Opening up a 10-0 lead. So a costly error there from debutant Jamie Church. Just lost the ball in the contact there. And
initially it looked like quite a good hit. They'd kind of got their perfect ball slotted in front, ran onto it.
Yeah, she certainly had it in her hands. I think it was more when she hit the turf, it just spilled out. And
7 metres out from your line.
Yeah, Kowloon were onto it like a flash. So Heslop, it's another decent strike, but no cigar. So 10-0 with about 19 minutes gone. Try number 2 for Kowloon. So I'd say at 20 or 19, 20 minutes in, 10-0 is probably a fair reflection of the territory and the way things have gone. Matt Rodden there just doing a little quad stretch. Oh, now a little few side bends.
Unless he's got dancing to some internal music.
Yeah, he's, probably imagining that he's in the shower. So Fouché, deeper kick this time.
Good pickup.
Gracie Osley
there we go.
with a really good return there, carrying a couple of defenders with her. Heslop, and a bit of a mix-up there. in the backfield.
Maybe she was also a netball player. Slightly
Indeed.
confused.
I think as a former back myself, I would say this is what happens when you get front five players playing in the backs.
Ooh.
But decent field position for the first time in a long while for Causeway Sandy Bay. Choco Chan at 8, Mandy Lamb on the blind side here. It's virtually midfield, so lots of options. Smunger off to the right with Jamie Church. Oh, and a good scrummage there from Kowloon.
They've got it though.
Suchet, loose pass, ends up in the hands of Sky Chan. Young player, Choco Chan gets swamped by that fast approaching Kowloon defensive line. Oh, and
Well, they need to keep switched on here.
a poor pass there by Fouché, just to the outstretched fingertips of her front rower, who couldn't bring it back in. Some really good attacking defence there from Kowloon, put Causeway Sandy Bay back on their heels a little bit.
Blue, just take a step. Just go 5, yeah, thanks.
So Magna with a feed to the scrummage.
Yeah, I think Causeway Bay got a little bit off light there because I think they sort of stopped as soon as it went forward, and if Kowloon could have kept going, they'd have found themselves.
So the scrummage really going back the other way. It's to and fro so far. Mandy Lamb gets up, but Heslop rides the tackle. Some really good work there from Lily Chow. Magna digs it out. Heyman Wong.
Oh dear.
Roberson comes through on the side, and Magna hacks
Cheeky
the ball
dink.
through. And the ball picked up now by Heslop, still playing with advantage. She's taken on the line about 15 metres out now. Heyman carries it, offload there to Fisher. Lots of pressure coming through here from Kowloon. Heslop, really good tackle there from Chim. Absolutely nailed her by the shoelaces there.
Ooh.
Shoelaces, bootlaces.
So that was number 20 when you're
So
Same.
Rodden just talking to Roberson.
3 offside penalties. We need to change the behaviour. I will have to sit
So the mark for the penalty is just outside the 22, or you can have a scrum where the ball is kicked up here.
So there's a penalty.
So the penalty's back there, the scrum's over there.
So it's penalty,
Okay, it was
kick or scrum for somebody being in front.
they're going to take the scrum where the ball was kicked.
So scrummage about 5 to 6 metres out.
So the penalty was for offside in front of the kick. But
So these scrummages have been a little bit to and fro, Cat, just recently.
Bit 50-50 at the moment.
And yeah, it's clearly a matter of who's switched on and who isn't. But I would imagine that the Causeway Sandy Bay girls, they've only got one thing on their mind here, which is to drive. So straight out channel 1. Ball to Heslop, carries it to the line. On a great run there from Emily Flavel. So playing advantage. And Fouché. And the ball played infield. And he's given the line out.
It's blue ball touched by red.
So Taylor Coates, another opportunity to throw this ball in. I know that coach Kevin Moggeridge tries to work very hard on the first phase possession. So up they go on.
Up early at the front, up early, free kick, ball down.
Okay, early lift there, and referee Rodden penalises DLA Piper Kowloon. So big let off there for Causeway Sandy Bay. Keris Gregory
Just remember it's outside the 22.
puts the ball down, so Chandre Fouché cannot go direct to touch here. So punts it deep.
Oh, here.
By Monkey
Who's this
Chair.
incoming?
Good tackle by Roberson as she brings it up to the 10-metre line. A little bit of a mix-up there, but the ball hasn't gone forward.
No hands.
Good tackle there by Chim again. Another wide kick from Heslop. Oh,
Lovely pick up.
Lovely ball coming onto it there. Prudence Lee. Roberson drops her shoulder into Heslop. They go down this blind side, probing it. Ball's gone loose, but Sky Chan gets down and picks it up.
Leave it now,
And
red.
she gets back.
Leave it red. Take a step, red. Red step.
So Gregory, a lot of pressure coming on from Kowloon here, forcing Causeway Sandy Bay back. And another loose ball behind the scrummage here. Gregory takes on the fringes there. Mandy Lamb looks like she's taken a blow to the eye there. Was
Time off. There's medics on the field. It'll be a blue scrum here.
so blue scrummage.
I think they'll be
So-
relieved at that, eh? Just
Yeah,
steadily creeping backwards.
yeah. Looks like Mandy Lamb caught one in the eye, and it looks like she's trying to put a contact lens back in.
Always nice to be able to see, isn't it?
Yeah, I know exactly how she feels. I find this hard enough to do when I'm trying to do it with a mirror with no sweat or dirt on my fingers in the mornings. Mandy Lamb yesterday was actually laid up in bed with cold. I spoke to her in the middle of the day, and she was coughing and spluttering, and I said, you really ought to probably go home and get yourself into bed and be ready for tomorrow. And she said, Cookie, I'm already in bed. So
Ginger
yeah,
and lemon tea, surely.
indeed.
The fix all.
Bit of turmeric in there as well. And further reminder, up on the screen there is the QR code for player of the match. Anybody popping their head above the parapet for you so far, Cap?
Reckon I'm going to give them a bit more time. I'm enjoying the anticipation of when these Sandy Causeway Bay wingers are getting on the ball. I
Yeah.
just want to give them some more space. They can do some great things, you know, dodging and diving, and I just want to know what can happen if they can get the ball to them when they've got just a little bit more room to breathe.
Yeah, last game out, young Sky Chan, who's a young Sandy Bay winger playing on the right wing there. She's in the far distance with her hands on her hips there at the background. Showed really great feet when she got a little bit of space to operate in. Always difficult on this narrow pitch here at Kings Park, but yeah, it'd be lovely to see her get some green grass.
I mean, it's been good to see the finisher for.
Time back on.
It's good to see Kowloon finishing in the corner with.
Yeah, two good finishes. Falaise scored the first one, and she basically set up the second one, and I'm not quite sure who scored it, but the person who picked the ball up off her, burrowed over in the corner, was a good score. Another solid scrummage.
Oh,
Fouché
excellent choice.
doubles back the other way and drops her shoulder. Some good work over the ball, clearing out.
Backwards play. Play on.
It feels like a lot of pressure's coming through from Kowloon whenever Sandy Bay are rucking the ball, and it's slowing the ball down, which is giving the next wave of Kowloon defence plenty of time to set themselves up. So Keris Gregory just having a word with number 8 Choco Chan, probably saying hold that ball in. I think there's every chance they could draw the penalty if they hold the ball in. So good scrummage here from Kowloon, but illegally so. Some of that skullduggery that I was speaking of.
Your favourite? Who's looking good for you, Cookie?
Well, it's probably easy to say it, but Monty Heslop is looking good. I think that Gracie Osley has carried really well so far, and I've been pretty impressed with Kowloon number 9, Magna. She's looked like she's playing pretty tidily, and obviously Fillet's on the wing, good first score and set the second one up. For the Causeway Bay side, and that is a shame. Sky Chan makes way. I know that she's one of the younger players, and the performance department limits the numbers of minutes that they can play, which for a winger seems overly cautious, given that she's only touched the ball about 3 times so far. So failing to make touch there. And Heyman Wong carries it into contact there. Some good work to free the ball, but it's gone forward there.
Oh, that's been their curse. Some sort of fumble.
Yeah, it's they worked the ball away well there. It's a shame that they missed the touch there. So Causeway Sandy Bay get another opportunity to try and put some pressure on. Would be good to see Jamie Church, the debutante, get her hands on this ball. So decent scrummage there, Fouché, and there's Church.
Oh, here we go.
Steps through the first contact, legs are still pumping. She's given the forwards a target there. Choco Chan to Fouché. Now gets the ball to Prudence Lee in the wide channel here, that she gets bundled into touch. So some first budding shoots of an attack there. Good scrummage, good hard line there from Jamie Church, and really took some good post-contact meters there.
Yeah, she's had a few good runs, hasn't she? That Causeway Bay Centre.
Yeah.
Causeway, Sandy
Bay. First
Bay.
game, she's in from Dunedin in New Zealand. She's been a representative for Otago. Heyman Wong has been pretty prominent on ball carries. but the ball's gone loose there. So pretty decent crowd building here at Kings Park. Super Saturday, as we've said. Game 2 will be Tigers playing the current league champions, and the final game is Gaiwu Falcons against league leaders Sokjen Valley. So yet another scrum feed for Causeway Sandy Bay, playing in their beautiful combined kit. And Keris Gregory did really well to wrestle that one back from Magna. And some decent work there.
Advantage offside.
And some good work there from Leung, playing penalty advantage. Chim, smallest player on the field for Causeway Sandy Bay. Taking it tight here. Oh, and the ball's bounced out. So couple of penalties there.
Got to take a step. Offside.
So Robeson, the skipper, steps forward. So again, Fouché will want to try and put this as tight to the 5 metre as she can. But there's been quite a few mix-ups in the Sandy Bay line so far, so be a good time for Taylor Coates to hit double top here. Thankfully, she has the sporting prowess of her mother and not her father. Her mother, one of the leading age group CrossFitters in the world, has been top 3 at the CrossFit Games. Oh, good take from Robeson and off the top.
Oh, no.
But then a loose pass. Well picked up there by Smunga. A couple of times she swept on those loose balls. Choco Chan gets well tackled there. Gregory. Little fumble at the base there. Coates gets swamped. Really good tackle there, and lots of heat coming from Kowloon here. On a really good run there from Vinci Leung. Vinci Leung, experienced Hong Kong international, 7 caps. And chasing that one to the wide outside, Elise Rahiri. So, amazing. There's still 6 minutes to go to half-time, Kat.
Oof. Well, they've used the full end of the pitch, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if Causeway Sandy Bay want to make any impression in this game, they really do need to try and take a score into half-time here. Anything would do to get the donut off the scoreboard. Magna. Gracie Osley again with another good carry. Magna.
Ooh, shut that down.
And a bit of a loopy old pass. Put some pressure on, but some really good heads-up play there from Big Yan Lo.
Take him back.
And a deep kick there from Heslop. Keris Gregory gets on that, and the ball is bouncing all over the place, and Chandra Fouché is flirting with that right edge touchline. Gregory to Chim. Smunga there, hit pretty high in the neck by Magna. Pretty sure that there'll be some consequences to this. Obviously, no malice intended. Magna already showing some remorse. So yellow card there for Magna. So they've got about 4.5 minutes to go to half time.
On the halfway line, please.
And as Magna makes her way to the sideline to spend 10 minutes in the bin. And again, Fouché misses touch here. Ball bouncing. Playing away in their 22 from deep.
Inside.
The ball's back to Heslop. It's going to be an interesting 10 minutes to play without a scrum half.
Yeah.
It's, having been a scrum half myself, Kat, I clearly think it's the most important position on the field. But it is a specialist position, and it's tough to clear the ball away if you're not used to doing it.
Absolutely. And if Causeway Sandy Bay can sniff a hesitation, they can really shut down their flowing play, which is what Monty and her team really want to be playing.
Yeah.
But you're only as good as your squad.
Indeed, indeed. And it looks like we've got 65 people watching. Oh, great take at the front there from Vivian Chan, who immediately storms up but has lost the ball on the floor there. Oh, good tackle on the edge there, Mandy Lamb.
Might be looking at 10 minutes of pick and go, eh?
Exactly. If there's no one there to tell them to pass the ball, but Heslop just drops off a ball there to Flavel. Always good to see people fighting after the initial contact.
So it looks like they've put Emily Fisher in there at 9.
Yep, and this is always the issue. Ball bouncing back into the 22. Mandy Lamb up with some good harrying tackles there.
Don't play the 9.
Heslop. Oh, some good work there from Jade Courtney. And then Heslop.
Lovely.
Decent play there. And Chandra Fouché breaks out, but it's a bit of a loose carry and it's ripped. No advantage being played. So Charlotte Hancock with a solid carry there. Heyman, another solid carry there. Fisher digs it out.
Lovely.
Oh, lovely ball there from Heslop. Some really good work here from
Lovely.
Monkey
Another
Cheer.
little tip. That's when Kowloon are at their best. Then they can tip it off, but just...
Heslop to Heyman Wong, who just drops a shoulder and keeps those legs bumping.
Everyone needs one of those, don't they, on their team?
Yeah, she's probably
No
carried the ball
nonsense
about
forward.
10 times so far. Heslop with a big, wide carry. Jade Courtney with a decent carry there. And Heslop getting the ball out to Fillets. And that is try number 3 for Kowloon. Amy Fillets in with the double. And the referee has indicated that that will be the last play of the game. So Heslop will be loving the fact that all 3 tries have been scored within about 5 millimetres of the left edge touchline.
I think Kowloon will be very happy with that. 14 on the pitch, no 9. Or at least not a starting 9.
Yeah, it's... I'm pretty sure that Kevin Mogridge will be not that happy considering the dominance that they've had at the scrummage. The ball drops with only 20 seconds to go, so Heslop opts for the drop kick. And it's a decent strike, but no cigar. So half-time, 15 points to 0 to DLA Piper Kowloon over Causeway Sandy Bay. So I would say so far, Kat, that the score is a pretty decent reflection of the way the game's gone.
Yeah, I think so. It's just, just losing it slightly. It came out pumping, I think, Causeway Sandy. And it's just sort of slightly dropped off. I want to see more from them in defence as well. I want to see, there have been kind of little balls on the floor, and I just want to see them get even more aggressive in defence and fight to get that ball back.
Yeah, as we said, the scrum dominance has been really, really good. But I think with just too many unforced errors behind the forwards and balls dropped and putting themselves under pressure. But decent finishing. And as we've said, Amy Fillet's on the left wing there. 2 tries, gave the assist for the 3rd try. So she's got to be right up there for my potential man of the match. And for anybody that is in the chat, we've got 54 people watching. If you drop us a comment in the chat, we'll give you a shout out. So at 15 points to 0, we'll be back after half time.
The captain HSBC Hong Kong Sevens.
So welcome back to the second half of Game 1 on Super Saturday, which is round 12 of the AIRSIDE Hong Kong China Rugby Women's Premiership. 15 points to nil to DLA. Piper Kowloon over Causeway Sandy Bay. We ready for this half, Kat?
Very ready. Because this is the test, right? You can have a wobbly 40 minutes, but you've got 40 more to... well...
And not the way that you want to get the second half underway when you're 15 points to nil down. So Kowloon come back for scrum on halfway. That's 2 hanging offences in the same game. So obviously not done deliberately, but not the way you want to start the second half, when what you really want to do is strike back and try and eat into this 15 points to nil lead that Kowloon has. Referee Rodden, and as a reminder, Kowloon's still down to 14 players. Emily Fisher stepping up to the half-back position, while Aisling Magna sits down for 10 minutes. About 5 minutes more to serve on her yellow card. And immediately onto the front foot here, Kowloon. Good line off the shoulder of Heslop there. And again, playing through the front line, and Gracie Osley goes storming through, and Tiana Joseph ends up on that ball, and Smunger gets in amongst it and recovers the ball. Choco Chan there, up to her front row partner there. And
someone flat laid out there.
Looks like we got somebody down in back play here. Looks like Keris Gregory.
She's good for them. We want her up on her feet.
Yeah, and good news is she's looks like she's moving under her own steam there, and rolling over onto her back, which is always a good sign. Obviously just got caught off the ball there, as another barnstorming run there from Gracie Osley.
They're just finding those tiny, they're not even really gaps when you're looking at them, but when they're steaming through, just one little sidestep.
Yeah, it was a great line that she took to run into the gap, but Monty Heslop at 10 for Kowloon threaded the eye of the needle and put her through the gap. Was really good, and some good tackling back again from Mandy Lamb as she got in amongst it, and Tiana Joseph ended up with the ball, and then Smunger Deladla carried the ball away for Causeway Sandy Bay before referee Matt Rodden blew the whistle.
Not a head injury. You're okay?
Seeing that the
Scrum, blue ball.
player was prone on the floor. So there was another big moment for Hong Kong Rugby last night when young referee Morgan White took charge of a under-20 Six Nations game. He officiated and was actually the man in the middle with the whistle. Italy versus Wales, and Wales ran out just 2-point winners, I believe, in that game. And the little I saw of it, Morgan looked like he was having a good game. So fantastic to see a young Hong Kong referee progressing on the world stage as Gregory feeds the ball in this line out. And Fouché pops the ball up. Good tackle there from Gregory. Roberson gets cleaned out there on some
There's
really
the
good
defence
work.
we like. And they're off.
Ho. Keris Gregory takes off. She's inside, outside here. Making some decent ground here. Good counter-ruck though from Kowloon, and they've got the ball back. And Heyman Wong again with a carry on the blind side there. Charlotte Hancock all the way back to Heslop on a good
Great take.
over her head from Fouché.
And the follow-up boot too.
And so Amy Fillet's already 2 tries to the good. Gets tackled. Good
Great
work on the ground there by Rotheroe. Osley with another serious carry there. Good turnover. Choco Chan comes away with the ball. Tiffany Ho.
Thank you.
Gregory pops the ball up to Coates. Good work there from Vinci Leung. Played her first international in 2018. Coates in the wide channel there. Tiana Joseph, though, just getting run into touch there. Not much space down that wide channel on the left edge there for Causeway Sandy Bay. So it looks like Kowloon looking to get Aisling Magna back on the pitch. Ball cleared everybody there. And Big Yan Low, the former Typo Dragon, comes up with the ball. Osley with another great carry. Heslop. Good work there from Jamie Turch. So far, first 5 minutes of this second half.
Just tell 12 she needs to stay 10 metres at the line out, please. Yeah.
So far, this first 5 minutes, better showing from Causeway Sandy Bay. And I think when this ball goes into touch, Magna will be yellow card return now. Magna will be anxious to get herself back in, so no damage done under that yellow card.
I think it's just that experience at that level, isn't it? Being able to get the ball, identify the space and get the ball to the space seems to...
So Coates with a throw here. Slightly underthrown, ball knocked back, but really good work on the ground there by Mandy Lamb to recover that. Fouché de Smunga.
And there it is. Can they get it out to the left?
Tiffany Ho.
Just too slow.
Oh, good carry there from Church.
Advantage is over.
So Fouché gets wrapped up there.
Play on off the boots.
And Fouché again picks it up, pops up to skipper. Vinci Leung drives in. Prudence Lee there at
Lovely
first receiver. Smunga
Excellent.
steps through and keeps pumping.
Off you go. Don't speak like that.
So Jade Courtney takes a yellow card. So that's a second yellow card for Hong Kong Scottish. Something said off the ball that reached the ears of referee Matt Rodden, and he's having none of it. Chandra Fouché very, very anxious to get on with it.
Well, you want to catch them on the back foot, don't you? Sneak in behind them.
And she's still gone early and pops it up to front rower Vinci Leung, and Matt Rodden
Don't hold her in, please.
asking Kowloon to be quiet again. So Fouché picks up the bouncing bomb that came to her. Kowloon have really resourced these counter-rucks. Oh, and Vinci Leung through the gap, but just stumbled as she was tapped. And Chim is off again. And Choco Chan within about 2 meters of the line here. And Vivian Chan pushing
Trying to
hard
battle
here.
her way through, hey?
Matt, blue substitution. 24 off. 24. Blue. 24.
Come off, number 24 sub. Blue 24.
So coming off the field, Prudence Lee to be replaced by
Substitution complete.
Coco Wong.
Come on, Max it.
So there must have been a knock-on of some description. So first chance that Causeway Sandy Bay have had. And
+1 as well.
Yeah, and there's actually a change at halfback here.
Sit.
Which brings Keris
Go
Gregory, and then to the outside, Jamie Church. Jamie Church, easy as you like, in for the opening score of the second half.
I think she
You
deserves
called
that.
it. You called it. You
she
said
deserves it.
+1, Cat. So it's always hard to know what to do, whether you resource the scrummage with 8 players and defend with 1 less, or you go the opposite way round. So, yeah, the first time that Sandy Bay have been able to make Kowloon pay for being a man down. And interesting, 4 tries scored so far today, Kat, and every one of them within about a yard of the left edge
Same
touch
spot.
line in that corner.
Do you know, that's the good thing about going last. We can spot those hot spots.
There's obviously some magnetic tractor beam into that corner of the pitch. Fouché hits that one, but the ball doesn't make the post, and so 5 points to 15. A much better start to this second half for Causeway Sandy Bay, and the Kowloon women will be desperately hoping that they don't do the same thing as their men last night, who were 15-0 up against Valley, had a couple of yellow cards and then ended up succumbing at the end. Good take by skipper Roberson.
Hold in front, Blue, hold.
Tiffany Ho has stepped in
Lovely kick.
to the half-back position, which has allowed Gregory to move out into the centres.
Just want to slowly chip away at the territory, right? Just keep pinning them back little bit by little bit.
Use the line, please.
Keep it simple. And then find that left corner.
Yeah. As a reminder, if you drop us some comments in the chat, we'll give you a shout out. Joyce Leung with the throw. Bit of a mess, but ends up in the hands of Magna, and Keris Gregory at the back there just steps through the early oncoming tacklers. Coco Wong up to skipper Roberson
there
with
we
a
go.
fantastic tip on.
Excellent
Leung
tackle.
trying to get back to her feet. And now the ball in the hands of Church, and she's making some ground on the inside there. Smunger within 5 metres, but the ball has popped forward. So Causeway Sandy Bay have come alive in this this last 5 minutes here. Vinci Leung with a fantastic bust up the middle there.
Oof. And it was just that pop out. It's just getting those forwards just that tiny bit more dynamic instead of just the pick and go.
Yeah, a really,
Tip
really
it on, find a
yeah.
bit of space.
Yeah, great tip on by Roberson, but fantastic line from Vinci Leung. So
Great tackle to bring her down too. 'Cause
yeah,
that
it was. There were one or two
it's a sort of
people
closed eyes job, isn't it? Hope for the best.
quaking with the powerful tight head prop on the hoof. So Heiman Wong makes way in the front row. She's absolutely put in a fantastic 52-minute shift here so far. So Coco Wong at halfback there, lining up against Aisling Magna. Decent push here from Causeway Bay, and they've won the scrummage. Now, what do you
Hungry
do?
now, aren't they?
Chim
Oh,
goes
that's what you
quick.
do.
Chim goes quick, and I think they've got them for not being 10, and they're right on the line here, trying to hold them up. Vivian Chan makes the drive there. Fouché and referee Matt Rodden remembers that he hadn't gone back for the 10-metre infraction.
They've come alive a bit, haven't they?
Indeed,
Causeway
so
Bay. Smell it.
Coco Wong goes quickly,
Go on.
pops the ball up to her prop forward. But Kowloon have done well. They've got her held up. And it looks like Kowloon might have smuggled this ball away.
Oofed.
But this is a tough place to get out of. They can't bring the ball back over the line. Roberson moves her way out. Really crucial that Causeway Sandy Bay force Kowloon to play out of there.
Blue 2 off. Blue 2 off.
So looks like Taylor Coates is making way. Replaced by Lydia Chung.
Red, use the edge.
Well, there's not many better people to have releasing that pressure than Monty, is there really?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the crucial things they didn't do there was give away a penalty, because if you go too hard after it, you give the penalty away, you give them an easy out.
Okay,
So they've at least forced them.
It's a head injury. That's a head injury.
Oh no.
So Keris Gregory succumbs to
So they can bring anyone up.
a blue card that we play
Yeah.
here in Hong Kong, which is for a head injury, which means she can be replaced by anybody, and that is going to bring to the field young Kirsty Donovan, young lady that went all the way through the ranks of Sandy Bay Youth and Minis, has been at St Peter's in Cambridge, New Zealand, and has been part of Waikato age groups. Back home here with mum and dad, Paddy and Helen Donovan, before she goes to Auckland University. But a good jackal there, good defence by Kowloon.
Relieve the pressure again.
Yeah. Causeway Sandy Bay just got themselves a little bit loose and didn't really resource the rucks there.
Red substitution. Red 14 off. Red 14 off.
14. 14 sub. Come on. Come on.
So, substitution there for Kowloon. coming off monkey chair.
Player up before she's thrown the ball. Free kick.
So
Over here, nice.
early lift, which Matt Rodden penalised Kowloon for earlier in the game. So good to see some consistency there.
Oi! Oh,
Gracie Osterley again tried to offload it inside, but the ball just died. She's certainly taken a massive number of metres running so far in this game.
There's still 23 minutes.
just getting on just the outside of the kind of the last penultimate defence there, and just they're scrambling to get back.
Yeah, Gracie Osterley also attended the Perth Development Tour. Only 19 years old, so fantastic to see
Oh, stop it, Cookie.
the young ladies.
Just reminding me it's high time I need to retire. 19.
Good scrummage from the girls. And the ball finds its way to Smunger, and now out to Joseph on the right wing there. Oh, some good footwork there from Coco, but the ball stripped.
And stripped back, I believe.
And then stripped back again. And I think that's young Kirsty Donovan in there. And Roberson feints to move the ball on, but then drops the shoulder. And they go to the outside here. Fouché gets the ball to Smunger.
Here we go.
Sees some green grass, and she steps inside one. Gets it to Tiana Joseph. And Choco Chan, fantastic following up.
That's lovely work, that is.
Roberson moves the ball. Vivian Chan. Oh, and some great play there.
Oof.
And straight through under the post there. Coco Wong. Was it Coco Wong or Tiffany Ho? One of the two. They've been interchanging there, but fantastic work. Great break by Jamie Church. Then Smunger, supported by Tiana Joseph. And then some great work back on the inside. So
Great rugby.
Fantastic work there.
That's what I've wanted all game. I wanted to see them out in those wide channels, revving up.
Yeah, really good work there. So Coco Wong with the try. So 10 points to 15. Make that 12 points to 15. We have got a 3-point game here as we move towards the final quarter of the game. This is a good game one, Kat.
It is. It's brutal. I don't know what way it's going to go. It's almost like they're just having moments where the team decide to go flat out and then they drop off and the other team comes back. Edge of my seat, Cookie.
Indeed.
And I don't want to call it.
Indeed. So the one ace in the hole that Kowloon do have, though, is Heslop at 10 is the calming influence. But could that one conversion prove crucial?
Will we see a drop kick?
Oh, my word.
Could it happen?
Could it happen? Or a Johnny Wilkinson, as I call it. So, great kickoff there by Heslop. Hung it tantalisingly, and Kowloon got to it, knocked it back, but unfortunately knocked it on in trying to gather it. So the scrum feed.
We scrum again.
As I say, that was a fantastic score by Wong. She saw that the Kowloon guards weren't there. She moves this ball away, and Fouché High and hanging.
Oh.
Well taken there by Fisher. Good tackle by Jamie Church.
Just lost.
But they've scragged the ball, and Roberson, the skipper, drives it up, but it looks like Jade Courtney, fresh on from that yellow card, has jackled that ball clean away. Osley on some good play here, and really did
Good
well
pick up.
to more like a slip catching cricket, that one. And
Got to have warm hammies for that.
Chim with a good tackle on Osley there.
Advantage, playing the 9.
So playing the 9. Good ball through there. Interesting that Rodden blew that up as quickly as he did. I thought
Offside.
that there was a massive advantage there for Kowloon.
20, playing the 9
Lots of
from
pressure and decision time here. Do they go for the points? And they've opted for the shot at goal.
Have.
Kind of, I would say that is psychological advantage to Causeway Sandy Bay, that they're certainly making Loon feel that they're under pressure here, and they need to arrest the bleeding.
And is it? It's just a game where you just got to clock up those numbers, because it's not a given. You can have a lead and
So
lose it.
Heslop, and
is
that
it over?
drops short, and Fouché picks up that ball. Big deep kick. Well taken by Falaise. Magna digs in for this ball.
Oh, keep it
Ball
moving.
pops out. Oh, and she slipped away there. Rotheroe onto her front row partner there. Magna and Heslop playing a little bit wider. The ball goes loose there. Tiana Joseph just getting in the eye line there. So the
A lot
pressure,
going on there.
yeah, the pressure coming on to Kowloon. Now only a 3-point difference. This would be an absolute boil over if Causeway Sandy Bay could get up for this.
There's only 30 seconds to set.
17 minutes to go. This game absolutely in the balance here. The one thing that probably goes in Kowloon's favour is they have won a couple of tight games so far this season, and this is territory that Causeway Sandy Bay have not been into so far this season. So Fouché carries it to the line, gets the ball to Church, who's well tackled there. She gets straight back up to her feet.
Oh.
She's driving through the contact there.
She knows what she's doing, eh?
Yeah, and
Can she get it out?
absolutely pushing the margins of offside there. But Coco Wong does well there. Monty Heslop there with a fantastic jackal. Oh, and Aisling Magna chooses to take it. And there,
Flying
Roberson
so low.
playing a real captain's knock.
Oh,
Loses the ball forward, and Heslop has really taken this game by the scruff of the neck here. Maddie Hughes
Advantage over from the knock-on.
and Heslop there, just straight through the tackle. So I had literally just said the words that Heslop had taken this game by the scruff of the neck, and she scores the bonus point try and extends that lead out to 20 points to 12. Kick to come.
well, you know, if you're not going to make the kick, you can give them 7 points instead for the for the score,
Yeah.
the try and the conversion.
Couple of loose-ish,
20 seconds.
loose carry there, and the ball dropped out. And Maddie Hughes.
It's just the difference when you've got one person in on the tackle and then someone straight in after to sort of to contest the ball. At this stage, 65 minutes into a tough game, it's going to be who can get there first.
Yeah. So, as we said, Heslop really energised the team there. Firstly, fantastic Jackal to take the ball clean away to get Kowloon onto the front foot. And then just a straightforward run through a couple of weak shoulders. So 13 minutes to go according to Rodden. Fouché kicks deep. Oh, great take above her head there by Falaise. Was all action in the first half, seeing the ball all the time, but barely seen the ball in this first 27 minutes of this half. And giving that ball away on the ground there. Referee Rodden gives the penalty. That's right, yeah, just 3 minutes. So your friend Reva Brill in the chat there says, come on, Kat, talk about some tactics. And good to see.
That would be a low jibe, Reva Brill.
Good to see Christine Bain in the chat. Go, Jamie, go. No doubt for Jamie Church.
She's been solid. That's exciting for them to have someone come in and carry and lift the team the way that she's done today.
Substitution complete.
Interesting changes. Aisling Magner makes way. She has been really instrumental at 9. She took 10 minutes on the bench. And good take at the front there by Mandy Lamb.
Great set piece.
And Smunger just got swallowed up there again. Monty Heslop read that well. Choco Chan gets her arms through the tackle there. Smunger,
lovely tackle.
Another good tackle there by Heslop. Fouché puts some pressure on her, but another good tackle by Heslop. She's been good both sides of the ball. Roberson takes the tip, but it's well tackled. Ball coming back on the Sandy Bay side. Vinci Leung, solid drive. Sandy Bay inside the 22 here. Skipper Roberson driving in again. And Tiff Ho there with a good run, stepping through the tackle. And Vinci Leung, again tackled but not held and gets up. Good clean out by Roberson. Fouché tries to play the ball to the inside and doesn't quite get it to the hands of Smunger Dalada.
Just a really well set defence. It's just not really too much to exploit in there when they're set and ready like that.
Yeah. So about 15 seconds to go to get your man of the match QR code in. I would say that Heslop and Gracie Osley and Falaise would be the contenders on the Kowloon side, and Church for and Smunger Dalada also, and maybe I don't know if you can put a collective man of the match in for the Causeway Sandy Bay front row, because they've been outstanding so far. That's probably the third or fourth penalty that they've won. And ball tipped off to Roberson, not too dynamic there. Shim goes tight. Not too many gaps around the fringes here, but I think it's probably route one is the way for Causeway Sandy Bay to go. Getting held up there. Gracie Osley does really well there.
Look, koala bear there. Eh?
Eventually gets to ground, but is it on the Kowloon side? And penalty again.
That's a lot of penalties clocking up.
Going to roll back here. Back here.
Going to get themselves in trouble.
And Coco Wong with the ball in hand here. And she goes, well, they've still got a couple of players on the floor there. Smunga Delada gets wrapped up, bounces back up in the tackle. Some good work in the tight here from Causeway Sandy Bay. And Smunga Delada trying to get through.
Oh my!
And Chandra Fouché making her way back around. And that is a crucial try for Fouché. Try number 3 for Causeway Sandy Bay, playing themselves back into this game with 8 minutes to go.
Well, someone put, who was that there that put themselves in at the sacrificial lamb?
And coming onto the field, try scorer from last week, Kaya Biab. And Fouché pushes the ball wide. It's 22-17 with 8 minutes to play. So last week, in the last few minutes, Kayla came on and she scored an absolutely barnstorming try. She made a bust up the middle. She kept looking left and right for support. It wasn't there. Brushed off tackler after tackler and eventually just decided to drop her shoulder and go over the line. Really commanding take there from Fouché.
Oh.
And one of the first mistakes that Vinci Leung has made. So with 6.5 minutes to go in this game, 22-17. Causeway Sandy Bay currently in losing bonus point territory. Would be their first positive point of the season if they can hang on.
They've done the work for it, haven't they?
Yeah. So
stuck out the defence.
Any comeback to Reva Brill, Kat?
Not anything I can say on public, I believe.
She's going to be one of your back row partners in Game 3.
She is.
So with Kaya Biab on at the loose head for Causeway Sandy Bay.
Could be another win on the scrum, you reckon?
Could well be. It's been a real weapon for Causeway Sandy Bay so far. They're just at the wrong end of the field though, about 10 metres outside their own 22. And Kowloon clear this one away quickly. And Maddie Hughes steps through there. Good ball there. And they get it to the wide outside there. Emily Fisher making really good ground inside the 22. Jade Courtney with a strong carry. On the ball, just slightly behind there. Gun Lau in at halfback now. Ball hits the deck. Mandy Lamb putting pressure on.
She's been solid this match.
Oh, great work
lovely.
there from Vinci Leung. Really good solid steal, but another good counter ruck. And Monty Heslop, having said that she's taken this game by the scruff of the neck, she's done it again.
Them over the line.
And she has broken the Causeway Sandy Bay Hearts. And it's probably a good time to announce, with only 4 minutes to go, having said that she has taken this game by the scruff of the neck. She is the man of the match today, as voted. I'm not sure what the votes were, but that's fantastic work by Monty Heslop again. Took that one quickly, just opened everything up in front of her, and try number 5 for Kowloon, making it 27-17. I think that has probably broken Causeway Sandy Bay Hearts. So 17-27, just about 3 minutes to go.
Going to get the ball back too.
Indeed. Well, the first thing that Causeway Sandy Bay need to do is get the ball back in play and not have to come back for any kind of
penalty.
any halfway there.
Bit of body language there, a little bit. Dragging yourself back into
3
it.
minutes to go as Smunga Delada leaves the field. She has played a fantastic game.
Really
so
put her body
far.
on the line.
Yeah, and some really good play earlier on in that play by Mandy Lamb, who, considering she was on her sickbed yesterday, has phenomenally played 80 minutes so far and has been all action. And here comes Gracie Osley again. So Sandy Bay will desperately want to try and get something. In all honesty, if they could get a 4th try, it will be a 2nd bonus point and finish within 7. So everything to play for here. I think they have played their hearts out so far this season, and this game shows that they definitely deserve to be in the Premiership. They've worked really hard to get to this point.
Nice.
And
that's a great smooth.
Good ball off the top as Fouché kicks it away, and great take there from Fisher.
She's been solid under that ball.
Oh, great feet as well.
Oh!
And she could be gone all the way, but Jamie Church back there with a crucial tackle. And Causeway Sandy Bay will want to shut this one down. Just about a minute and a half to go here. Fouché and Fisher on the wide outside. And
beautiful, beautiful to see.
Great work there from Fisher.
Does not look like her first game at this level.
And she has looked really, really composed. And that's a sad finish for Causeway Sandy Bay. At one stage, when Fouché scored the try, they brought themselves back to 17-22.
In sniffing distance.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we said, Heslop, player of the day, really took the game by the absolute scruff of the neck, having scored a try herself and then set up the 4th one. And that is it, 32-17. That has been a phenomenal game of Women's Premiership Rugby here in Hong Kong for Game 1 of Super Saturday. As we've said, Monty Heslop Player of the Day. So thank you to everybody who voted for that. What did you make of the game, Kat?
Some great stuff. Really nice to see those flashes of brilliance. Like just a couple of outstanding players finding space when they had no right to, really. Great to see Emily Fisher slotting in and looking at home at this level. And indeed, you know, there's a few girls coming through the system and been kicking around for a little while, and this seems to be the first time to have quite this many coming up. It's great to see.
And yet again for Causeway Sandy Bay, not getting the cigar today, but cutting the deficit every week with how they're playing. And they do have one more game this season against Kowloon, where I'm sure they'll be absolutely gunning for it. As you said, they were in sniffing distance there at one stage. But, yeah, Kowloon just had the experience to close that one out. So, Kat, thank you very much for all your help. And
A pleasure.
I wish you well. And obviously for Valley, usually you let Football Club win the league and then come back in the grand final, but it looks like you guys are going all the way for the league. And if Football Club don't get the result against Tigers, you could have it wrapped up this evening. So
There's been
let's see how we go.
there's been some rumbling in the camp, but we're taking one match at a time. Got to focus on doing our job and let the rest take care of itself.
Fantastic. Well, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure, Kat. Thank you.
No
and,
worries.
Hopefully see you back here someday soon.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
The Cathay HSBC Hong Kong Sevens.